Chat. What's good with it? As you can see, we trying to get to 200 subscribers. So your subscribe would be very much appreciated. Yeah. Keeping it cool, classy, and of course covert. We are back with another reaction. Today we are reacting to Adin Ross finally realized that he's been used this entire time. Which I don't know how he hasn't realized that by now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how he hasn't realized that by now, because most of the time all these like big influencers, they don't even be liking each other for real. They just do it because it's business. But we gonna get into the video. Let's go.
Can I tell you guys something? Now that I look back on it, I really wish I never got into like politics. Now that I look back at it, it's like, damn, like so many people just tie me to it, and now it's just like no matter what, they don't even get to know who I am because they don't like even want to. Oh, you did this shit with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really understand other people's side. And as I'm getting older, I'm just like seeing like I just don't think I'll ever care enough again for any other politician ever in the future. Just because it's like at the end of the day, bro, like humans, we're all humans, you know.
This is such a crazy statement, and people are not talking about this enough. During last year's election and overall political cycle, influencers were used heavily in order to endorse different politicians, in order to get their narratives out there to a younger, more impressionable, and honestly less studied audience. Whether it be Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, the Nelk Boys, or now Adin Ross, people's influence was getting used and honestly exploited in order to get their messages out to the masses. Now, the tricky thing about the types like Adin Ross is that he does not understand the level of influence that he has. He constantly promotes these people and puts them in different positions to his audience, and then when the thing no longer suits him, then he abandons them wholeheartedly. He'll go super hard on this thing for months and months and months, you know, pushing this in his life, pushing this on his audience who is young and impressionable. And then later on, he'll just drop it like it's a bad habit. Kind of like that Toy Story meme that I don't want to play with you anymore. And overall, that's...
Yeah, man, you gotta know what position you in, dude. That's how you elevate. That's how you elevate and get out of certain situations. Beforehand, I think Adin Ross was already controversial before he got with Trump, right? Like, cause you know, some streamers got to the point where some people were streamers or influencers or celebrities, whatever you want to call it, they want to come on to his stream because of something he did. I don't know what he did, but I think beforehand he was already like controversial. And then like after he got with Trump, it made it like 50 times worse, probably, for obvious reasons, but yeah.
Fine and dandy. He's rich. He can move on to the next thing. He has time, space, finances, and opportunity to just pivot out of it. But for the young and impressionable audience, they are left with the damages done by somebody that they look up to heavy.
I love watching a culture vulture spiral. You made your move. You put your flag in the sand. Now you facing all the backlash. Now you want to backpedal. Nah, stay.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna lie. Especially if we have like a really young, impressionable audience. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, you gotta watch everything you do. Cause like, I don't know why like other people don't be thinking about this. Like, even if they do have a younger, impressionable audience, like certain things and habits they see you do, they're gonna do it, and it's gonna be, believe it or not, anything that happens in the future, you are gonna be somewhat responsible because they just copied off what you did. They'd be like, you joking about this? That ain't cool. You shouldn't say that. Well, my favorite streamer X said it, so why can't I say it? See what I'm saying? You somewhat responsible for that, and we're gonna get into that later on to the vid. But go ahead.
Hey, with your man. Don't let a rich kid fool you. All he gives a f about is money. You know what it is? He's losing the black dollar. He's losing the black fan. All these companies. Everybody knows how important the black dollar is. No matter how much shit they talk on us, they know how important the black dollar is, how important the black vote is. Whatever you want to, any field, the black blank, put it in there. It's important. It matters. Okay. So what he's doing is he's backpedaling, realizing maybe the subs ain't what they used to be, or the influence isn't what it used to be, or too many people are calling me racist and this, that, and the third. My manager had these racist remarks. I'm not cool with Kai no more. I'm not cool with Speed no more. Yeah, that Black Impact get weird, right?
Seeing as to how he's one of the biggest streamers in the world, and seeing as to how streaming and content creation is getting more serious in the mainstream industry, it would make a lot of sense for Donald Trump and other politicians to be
Well, yeah, streamers slash YouTubers, Twitch people, whatever. We're replacing the whole media. Like, we're taking over the whole narrative. There's a reason why the news and the modern day what is it called, newspapers, like, and stuff like that, news channels and newspapers are dying out by the day, because guess what, YouTubers are new nowadays. They're kind of like the modern celebrities, or like the modern news coverage. You get what I'm saying? More people tap into us because, you know, we're more entertaining, you know, such and such, you know. So we, believe it or not, we ultimately push more of a narrative than any other ones, because we're more popular right now.
Looking at the likes of Adin Ross to go onto their platforms in order to spread their message. Now, this is no small feat. On one side, it puts legitimacy behind the content creator and the content creator economy as a whole, saying that, hey, we are here, we are taking over new media, we are something to actually be respected and talked about. And two, from the content creator's perspective, it's an opportunity for you to show your young audience who you really are. Can you live up to that level that they're trying to bring you to, the seriousness that you want to convey to people, and what you are going to do with your independent media platform. A lot of times content creators and audience people criticize the mainstream media because they don't take things seriously enough, or they are not objective, etc., etc. But Adin Ross understood the severity and level of this platform that he has.
August 5th, which is next
did.
Monday, I have a stream with the President Donald Trump. We've been working on this for weeks, months. It's officially locked in. We will have a live stream with President Donald Trump. This could be by far one of the most important streams I've ever done in my life.
And with knowing the potential gravity of this situation, I mean, literally, you could swing votes here. Adin Ross would take this seriously, right? He's going to ask questions, give...
My work is easy because I use ClickUp.
goodness,
Here's how I keep track of all my tasks.
I hate ads.
I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list.
Push back, you know, get him to talk about pressing issues and pressing matters, you would think, right?
And then as soon as the other half of the stream, you're going to notice it's going to switch to straight fun stuff. You're going to see a bunch of different segments that him and I planned. We're going to react. I'm not going to say the other segments I planned. It's going to be straight fun stuff, straight cracking jokes, straight normal stuff, bringing out the fun in President Trump. That's the whole goal I envision.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You see, I would love to even get him to hop on Monkey with me. I would love to. I'm gonna actually bring that up tonight. I didn't even think about that. I have a
Nigga, what's gonna be fun about sitting? What is fun about this? What are we talking about? Politics here? You got the Make America Great Again hat on? Come on, dude. What are you finna sit and talk about with an 80-year-old president, bro? This man don't give a fuck about anything you about to say. Come on now. Come on. Why is he in the background? All right, let me stop. Let's just continue.
friend who's currently being treated unfair by her. He's a rapper named Young Thug.
Yeah.
And I was just...
I heard that, actually.
Yeah, I just was wondering if there's a way that we can make sure he gets treated fair. That's all.
So I've heard about him.
Really
blazing.
hard-hitting journalism right
Already
there. Now look,
blazing.
I don't have a problem with Adin Ross playing silly games or somewhat humanizing Donald Trump. No, I do, but I don't have a problem with that if he were to ask the real questions, and if he was to have a real interview. If he gave real criticisms, got real stories, gave pushback, all that stuff like that, then I believe that this would be an okay thing. But I remember consuming the interview, and to be quite honest with you, he pulled numbers. 560,000 views. He gave him a Rolex, he gave him a Tesla, a Cybertruck that was rap, and he asked him lightweight questions, let him get his rhetoric off, and then played a game of say one word about this person. Hey, the reason why I'm so critical on these content creators is because they don't understand the power that they have. That interview that Trump did with Adin Ross swung a lot of votes. It played a very pivotal role in the election. Same thing with the Andrew Schultz and the Joe Rogan podcast interview that he had. Trump even acknowledges these things.
So I have a son who's very smart and tall, Barron. He knows all about you. He knows about guys I never heard of. He said, Dad, you don't know how big they are. They're big. You know, he told me how big. I said, who the hell is he? Like Ross. I did. He said, Dad, he's a great guy. I mean, guys that are doing, it's a whole new world out there.
It's a different world. And
But, you know, I'm on TikTok now.
Congratulations.
And I've done really well. No, but you know the crazy, have you seen the numbers? Billions, like billions of hits. It's crazy.
I'm sure TikTok's a wild application.
And I've
though.
gone up 30 points. A Republican is always down 30 with young people.
Trump is my best moment. The fact that I even if it's at 0.01%, Alex, the fact that I had a little bit to do with the election is crazy. And the fact that I got the president on a live stream. Nobody's done it live. Nobody. I was the first one to do them live.
You have influence, but you need to use it wisely. And this is the problem that I have with Adin Ross, the Nelk Boys, and other content creators of the likes. Yeah, it's cool that you have the power to literally sway an election. That's perfectly fine and dandy. I would question and ask, have you done your due diligence on these parties? Or do these parties know about you, know about the influence that you have, and are using you to be manipulated? I think the question is quite clear. Less than a year later, Adin Ross is already backtracking on some of his stances on Donald Trump, which would seem to be marking, to me, the start of another situation in which Adin Ross allowed somebody to come on his live stream, manipulate him to get to his massive audience, to push their ideologies, push their rhetoric, and get their shit off. You know, kind of like how FaZe Banks and the Crypto Bros did when they came on his platform to push big crypto, like how some of the rappers do. They used his platform, manipulated him, and then ran off with the bag. Donald Trump will be no different, and you can see that by Adin Ross backtracking on some of his stances.
You know, I love Trump, but he did say no new wars, and I don't fuck with that. So we gotta, no real shit. We need world peace. He did say no new wars.
Ross backtracking on some of his stances.
You know, I love Trump, but he did say no new wars, and I don't fuck with that. So we gotta, no real shit. We gotta.
Whoa. Adin. I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't no political person or nothing like that. I don't stand for Trump. I don't stand for Nathan, alright? I don't know. I don't care about political stuff. Just as long as nobody votes in another Hitler. But, like, I'm not even gonna lie, Adin. You make the bed now. You gotta lay in it. You can't just say stuff like that because you just made like a whole presidential stream, dude. Like, you can't just backtrack on what you said, dude. Like, let's be so for real right now. Let's be so for real.
We need world peace in the world.
Why do you switch up like that?
Listen, man, I love Trump. I would love to talk about that in person. I think I'm gonna make a stream.
I'll set it up.
When's the
you are?
Yeah.
This year. White House stream is still this year. But I don't know. I would love for it to happen. I got invited within the next couple weeks to go to the White House and stream, but like, bro, I don't fucking know, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like, I actually don't know if I want to even.
You see, Trump wanted Adin to do stream in White House, but he refused to go. Nigga. Look, I ain't like I said, I ain't no like I ain't no what is it called? I ain't into the politicking, right? I probably just go in there just to tour the White House or something like that. I'll just tour the White House, say hi, hello, and goodbye to Trump, and I leave, get my little money. You know? That's all I do, to be honest with you. I really don't want to talk to this nigga in general. I just thought I would just do it because, like, it's cool.
I just don't want to be in that politics shit at all, bro.
Ain't nobody
but, like, it's such an honor to go to the White House. You know what I mean? But, like, bro, fuck, bro. I'm gonna wait.
This seems to be a pattern developing with Adin Ross. One where he meets a guy who he idolizes, looks up to, gets really, really enamored with, platforms him to his young and impressionable audience, and then after learning more about them, or maybe promises not fulfilled, or I don't know, seeing a different perspective, he decides to backtrack on some of those stances. You remember his whole Andrew Tate saga that he went through a couple years ago?
Andrew, you know you actually helped me stop masturbating, because every time that I would masturbate, I would think of you, and I'd be like, nah, this is not right. I'm gonna stop.
What the fuck?
I said I'm gonna stop doing this shit now. No, for real, you put in my brain. Nah, I haven't done it in months. Swear to God.
Andrew Tate went as far as to putting Adin Ross on his visitation list when he was confined to prison. Now, like, naturally, because Adin Ross seems to be a follower, he decided to embrace this guy heavily, went on to different platforms and podcasts to endorse him while having a shaved head to show solidarity or support or trust when it comes to Andrew Tate.
Back to the Tate shit. Have you been in contact with anyone on that side or anything since the fucking arrest went down?
Nah, man, I haven't. And, you know, it's crazy what's going on right now. I spoke on a Twitter space about it. This is where I'm at on it, man. You know, he's innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. You know, that's how I am. Tate, I know you guys have met him too. I'm gonna let you guys speak on your experience meeting him. But when I met him, bro, he took me in open arms, me and my whole entire crew, like literally all of us. And we would talk like basically off camera for hours and hours and hours about real shit, just real motivational life shit, and he's
That's
just
great. That's actually
like I said, bro.
good,
He's
for real.
to me.
It's very
To anyone who's personally met him, I've never heard someone say anything bad about him. He's just very genuine.
Aiden is a young, impressionable dude. And I think a lot of young dudes are impressionable. This will be no different than, you know, the young guy who graduates high school doesn't.
And just to think, he probably out there impressing, I don't know, not impressing, but like persuading some 13-year-olds, let alone he doesn't even have his whole mind made up himself. How old is Aiden anyway? Is he like 23, 24? I don't know. His brain probably ain't developed, because you know after 25 your brain develop. He probably under 25, so
know what he wants to do and pursues the rapper career or the singer career or the basketball player career because they're idolizing LeBron James, Drake, or Morgan Wallen. He goes to the extremes. He does cut his hair, does the push-ups and all this other stuff. But the difference is that Adin Ross platforms individuals, and Adin Ross has one of the biggest platforms for youth in America. It's just that simple. He doesn't do vetting behind these guys. He looks at surface level things. And these people know that. That's why they are able to infiltrate his place in his space, even though they don't necessarily respect Adin Ross. In that same Andrew Tate saga, Adin Ross was disrespected 50,000 times straight up to his face, to be honest with you.
So because he's afraid and he's a coward, what else can you do but be a clown? And how do you be a clown? What do clowns do? They self-depreciate for your entertainment. They make a fool of themselves so you laugh. So why is he back on lean? For views, I guess. He may not even realize that himself. He's back on lean so he has something to talk about on his fucking stupid show.
Don't trust your little fucking finger, little stubby fingers. You're trying to slip a note away. Give me it.
he's back on lean because he would. Who finds that entertaining though? Nobody finds doing it.
Accountant. No, it's not that I don't trust you, I just don't trust you.
Why do you not trust me? There must be a specific reason about me. Is it my nose?
You're a fucking Jew. No wonder Kanye blocked you.
I like Aiden.
Dang.
But he's a perfect example. He is a perfect example of why you can't give people money early. Well, look at him. He's a kid. He doesn't do any real work. He sits on streaming websites, fucking gambling, a dumbass. He keeps going on and off drugs and just being an idiot. Falling in love with whores, breaking up, and going on and off drugs, getting fat, putting...
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I never really liked this nigga Tate, but I will say this man is funny, though. This man funny.
On loads of weight. Like, the guy's... He's too young to get rich. You can't give a kid a $50 million streaming contract. He's too young to get rich. You can't give a kid...
It's fucking Predator. I can't, bro. I don't care. You're pissed. I don't care. I'm siding with Sneeko, bro. I don't care.
Which brings us back to the Trump conversation. Adin Ross is now seemingly backing away from his support of Donald Trump for a plethora of reasons, but I would honestly say that Adin Ross never knew anything about Donald Trump to give him his endorsement in the first place. It was just a cool thing to do. It was a cool thing to say, to be anti. It got you a certain group of friends, and because you are rich, it's not ultimately going to affect you, but there are real life consequences and actions to the things that you do say and support and empower on your platforms and channels, and Adin Ross took that very lightly. He often takes it very lightly. I can remember when he sat down with Your Rage Gaming and literally talked about why he supports Donald Trump, and it was
give me 3 reasons why Trump is better than Biden. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know if you're actually talking and you're not just a bot repeating
first
shit.
First of all, what happened with abortion is ridiculous. You should not be able to tell a woman what to do with her body. That's first of all. That's a woman's body.
You think
Yeah, why are we doing this right now? Wrong stream.
You're so brain dead. You're so brain dead.
Okay.
Wait, you think Biden was the one that wanted abortion to be? That's what you think? That's how that works.
He's a president. He can, you know what I'm saying? He can not ban it. What do you mean?
And this is who y'all following, by the way. Just keep that in mind.
What doesn't
even know who said who.
It means you are a far right authorization on ultra-analytic. Oh my God, ultra-analytist.
Man, I can read that better than that. Ultranationalysis.
Analyst.
Whatever. This video ain't about me, okay?
Political ideology movement characterized by dictator leadership, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition.
He literally.
That's just unnecessary, though. You don't need that many big words in one sentence.
To talk to these people.
Like, come on.
I don't even know why he can't
unnecessary,
see it as clear as day. Adin Ross and others live a life that is carefree and consequence free. They are allowed to ride waves because they are ultra rich. They can say things, skew narratives, not ask real questions, not do any deep thought on anything, hell, not even lightweight thought on anything, and push whatever they they want to without consequence, because at the end of the day, once they need to, they can pivot, they can switch. But they have a young audience who follows them lock and step, and that may be fault of them, I can acknowledge that, but they have a young audience and they have a responsibility with that young audience, but they use it very recklessly. And those young kids are left holding the bags. Those are the ones who are left with dirt on their hands, going out there saying these disgusting
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play unlocked with Google Play Games on PC.
I might need to give YouTube
things, and are actually having consequences to their actual actions based off of what's been done.
What did you say? Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What? No.
See. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
No, wait.
The kid is following this person, and this person's brain isn't even developed yet.
We love women.
Pay attention.
We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays Okay, the transgender thing, I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of agree with that. Y'all, I'm trolling. Dang, I just muted the video.
Hey gang, influence is real. It's funny because Sneeko is even walking back on his voting for Trump rhetoric. And as I'm making this video, Rolling Stone put out an article saying that prominent influencers, including Theo Von, Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, are starting to distance themselves from the president. Now, these are people who helped put Donald Trump in office, put this person in power. But now, less than a year later, they are now walking back on these sentiments. The worst part about it is it's not like they're not hearing anything new or anything that wasn't available to them back then. Theo Von is backing off of Donald Trump based off of his stances on immigration because his father was an immigrant. Well, Theo, when he came on your platform, he was still the same way about immigration. Like, I don't know. Joe Rogan is also mad on Trump's stance on immigration. And Andrew Schultz is saying that he voted for none of this. Look, ultimately, it's not that I have a problem with these people using their power and influence to get whoever they want to be elected or empowered or platformed or whatever the case may be. But there's a couple things to note when it comes with this. One, you can't be mad when people criticize you and align you with those sorts of people. I think that it's very nasty to act like hanging around a KKK member shouldn't have you be tied to KKK values. Like, I think that that's a weird ideology in your mind. Two, don't act stupid as if you didn't know these things before. I don't understand why these people are trying to pull the wool over our eyes and act as if they didn't know what Trump was saying or any other politician or whoever else was saying before they platformed them. It's not.
Yep. Just like the you know, the Mexicans who voted for Trump after Trump literally said, "Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm kicking all y'all out. As soon as I become president, I'm kicking every Mexican out of here." Then they act surprised when he try to kick him out. You know who you are. That's not every Mexican, but you get what I'm saying.
Not something different. It's the thing that's maintained the same. Three, these people are using you. They know that you are so stupid. I made a video about the Nelk Boys not too long ago on this exact same situation. The Nelk Boys had Israel's prime minister on their platform.
The way this video is like making it look as if Adin Ross like thought it was genuine relationships and connections. No. This is all business purposes. These people don't care about you.
And it was so crazy to me that they had him on there because I knew that they lacked the depth of having somebody of that caliber on their platform. They weren't equipped doing the correct sort of pushback. And ultimately, they did nothing but further the narrative that the prime minister was trying to push. And openly, admittedly so, in their follow-up sit-downs, they had no clue what they were talking about and just took cue cards from other people.
So we walked in, and there was just like 20 people in suits there.
Yeah.
The setup was already there. Both flags. We couldn't touch anything or move anything.
And they don't give you any restrictions like don't ask this.
I'll be honest. They gave us a paper with questions to ask, but they also said they gave us a script to ask, but we didn't really follow it. Yeah. We tried our very best to ask some questions.
But I'm just telling you, this was like part of a much bigger propaganda effort, right? And a country that spends $150 million on its image, they are covering something. They are, when they spread all of these propaganda, it's like, we're not starving people in Gaza. You understand that this conversation has been happening for 2 years. You need to stop infantilizing yourself. It's like, we're just stupid people doing stupid stuff. You're 30 years old and you need to be aware of what's happening in the world and that your reach and your platforms mean something and it affects people. And I think the biggest reason
Listen
why
to this
people are
guy.
so upset for you, not because you brought someone and you didn't contest him, that it is the talking point that he used is the same talking points that have been used for 2 years to kill thousands of people.
It's time for us to start holding these streamers accountable and these content creators' feet to the fire. You don't just get to discard these things when they no longer suit you. And for a long time, we've let influencers and content creators get off this same tired ass gimmick, but it's not gonna fly anymore. I've heard a lot of people use the excuse that, can't you see, Adin Ross is only doing this because he's seeing what's happening to people like Kirk that go out in public and speak. I don't think that anybody in their right mind is thinking that what happened to Charlie Kirk is going to happen to Adin Ross if he continues to endorse politics.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Adin, he's big and controversial, but the stuff Kirk was talking about. Well, you know what? I'm gonna get into that another video. But Kirk didn't deserve to die because he was talking about his opinion. Though I'm just say that.
I don't think that people even attribute Adin Ross to politics heavily. I think that this is just another one of those situations in which Adin Ross got manipulated and is now using that as some sort of bail or scapegoat in order to get out of the responsibility that he has for the actions that he did. Platform him, but vet him. Ask real questions. Do your research and do your due diligence. But you need to be real with yourself. If you don't have the depth and the knowledge to platform these guys, then you probably should not do it. I applaud the content creators that turn down situations in which they can clearly see they are about to get manipulated by the people asking to be on their platform. Your platform is bigger than mainstream media. Use it like it.
True. All right, chat. That was
Subscribe is how you stop.
Ignore this. All right, chat. That was the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you can hit me up. And we out.